Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Normally I do a lot of hair and beauty and fashion tutorials on here, but I think you would call this a vlog. I'm basically just going to sit here and talk at you and hopefully try and connect with some of you who are going through similar things or curious about what I'm going through right now. So I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up so I know that I should be making more videos like this. Leave me a comment below so we can kind of keep the dialogue going after the video is over. I would really love to connect with other women who are in a similar place in their life. Right now, I think it's like just such a crazy journey and ride that I'm on. And I have a few friends who are going through similar things or have gone through similar things who have been amazing, was giving me just advice and sharing their experiences with me, but I would love more of that from all of you. I know I said it on my blog when I announced that I'm having a baby, that I really wanted it to be kind of a safe place for people to chat, and anyone who has questions about any of the subjects that I'm talking about, I definitely try to make sure to respond to all of you. So hit me up, on Instagram, on the blog, and definitely down below on here. Basically, the whole point of this video today is to kind of give you an update. I'm 24 weeks pregnant now, which is crazy. I feel like it's really started to fly by. The first trimester went so slowly for me. It was super rough. So it was one of those things where I was going through it and I was like, oh my God, is this ever gonna end? This is gonna be forever. And then it ended and I got into my second trimester and everything has just kind of flown by since then. I will be entering my third trimester super soon, it seems. And yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know where the time's gone. We're in nursery prep mode right now, and I'm definitely majorly nesting. I'm sewing all of these cute little onesies and all of that stuff, and toying with the idea of even starting my own kind of kids clothing line for like edgy babies, because I've struggled to find super cute stuff for my little girl. I'm trying to stay as fit as possible. I'll update you a little bit more on that situation in a second, but I wanted to kind of announce, I guess, that my show, The Detail, has been canceled by our Canadian network, CTV. CTV is lovely. They were so passionate about the show, and I know everyone really wanted it to go again. Unfortunately, due to finances, I think, and ratings and all of that kind of stuff, it won't be going again, but I think everything really happens for a reason. So normally that's news that I would be devastated about, but with everything amazing that's going on right now and becoming a parent, I kind of have other things that I need to be focusing my energy on. So I think it definitely has worked out the way it's meant to, timing wise. Trying to figure out how to be a first-time mom and how to, nurse and get the baby to sleep and bond and all of that good stuff whilst working 15 hours on set every day, away from my house because it films up in Canada, would be very, 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 very challenging for myself and my husband and everybody involved and the poor baby. I did love that show a lot. It was so much fun getting to be, a badass homicide detective. And it was so much fun getting to play Jack Cooper, Detective Jack Cooper. She was this kind of hot mess. If you hadn't had a chance to see the show yet, it hasn't actually aired in America yet, ironically. So if you haven't, if you're in America or in the UK or France or any of the countries where it will be airing, you've still got a whole season to look forward to. So that's good stuff. But if you're in Canada, then, hopefully you've been tuning in and you fell in love with Jack as much as I did, because she was so much fun to play. I think it was a really important transitional role for me. I had taken a couple years off of acting altogether after 90210, and to kind of get back into the game, it was like a slow roll, and this was my first major TV role since 90210. So I will definitely forever be grateful for having this part in this job to kind of transition me into being an adult on television. I always joked that I had been playing a teenager for, 10, 15 years consecutively, and I was. So it was very cool to kind of get to play a grown-up woman with female, adult female issues and problems and struggles and successes and joys and all of that good stuff. I had so much fun. I'm sad that it's over, but like I said, everything happens for a reason. I really trust that right now more than I ever have before in my life. I was really nervous about making this video because I am not normally, I guess super candid. I always feel like I have to be presenting a certain image or, like partaking in the types of content that I see other influencers and other bloggers doing. And that's fun and it's awesome, but I actually just did a podcast with my former castmate from 90210, Matt Lanter, who played Liam. I'm sure you guys all know who that is. And his wife, Angela, who's amazing, and she's a super successful blogger and influencer. And they have a podcast called Hello Baby. It was called Hello Bump, and then they transitioned into Baby once their beautiful little girl McKinley arrived. McKinley actually joined us on the day as well. She's so cute. And it was the first time Matt interviewed me, and it was the first time I'd kind of really opened up and been totally honest because they're friends of mine. And so I really let my guard down, and it was really fun to just get to be myself. So I'm very familiar with the idea of, mom shaming and the risks of kind of putting myself out there on this subject matter. But if you're here to mom shame, please stop watching now. Go bother somebody else, because I think we all, we just need to be supportive of each other. Everybody is going to do everything in their own way. It's all going to be different. Nothing is right. Nothing's wrong. You don't know, you're just figuring it out and trying to love your kid and be the best parent that you can be and raise, as happy and fulfilled and successful and wonderful and loving a kid as you can. So that is what I am going to be talking about, my pregnancy experience, the 24-week update. I'm pretty far along now, so I know I skipped a lot of this, but I'm excited to be chatting about it all from this point forward. Like I said, if you like hearing me talk about this stuff, if you're interested in hearing more about how my pregnancy is going as I get further along, please let me know in the comments section and make sure you like the video so that I know, so I can keep making videos like this. My first trimester. I've mentioned how rough it was. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear. It wasn't like devastating, I fortunately did not physically throw up at any point, but I was basically permanently nauseous and on the brink of throwing up. So I don't know which is worse. I really don't. I feel like maybe if you do throw up, then maybe there's a little bit of relief from the nausea. Maybe, I don't know. But again, nobody likes throwing up either. So I feel like that all sucks. But people know about morning sickness. FYI, it's not just morning sickness. Mine was 24/7 sickness. I know some women got it more in the evening time. Whatever, it's different for everybody. But it's the other stuff that I want to mention and put out there to people that are symptoms that I have had thus far that nobody ever shared with me. So I thought, oh my God, what's happening to me? I'm gross. Oh my God, my body's falling apart. What's going on? I was so tired. The fatigue that I had in my first trimester was insane. I genuinely feel like I could have probably slept for 18 to 20 hours a day. I'm fortunate enough that I was on hiatus waiting to hear about my show. So I didn't have a day job to be at from 9 to 5 or anything like that. So I feel very lucky about that timing, because I couldn't get out of bed. And if I did, I would feel so sick, and then I would just go back to sleep because the sleeping was reprieve from the sickness. Oh, it was just a bad cycle. It went on for probably 2 to 3 months. It was pretty exhausting, just pretty rough. I wasn't prepared for any of that, which I think was also a major shock to the system. Also just the shock of, you know, finding out that you're going to be a parent, kind of a big deal. So processing all of those feelings while you're physically feeling so sick is a lot to deal with at one time. I also got really bad gestation acne on my back. I did not know that acne during pregnancy was even a thing. I don't know why. I missed the memo, but I did not know. I just knew that one day I completely broke out with like horrible, really gnarly cystic acne all over my back. And you can't use a lot of products that you can use when you're not pregnant, when you're pregnant. So no salicylic acid, a lot of the things that basically help you get rid of acne and pimples, you're not allowed to use when you're pregnant. So that's fun for all of those dealing with gestation acne. I'm sorry, it totally sucks. I was fortunate that it didn't happen on my face, because it can totally happen on your face. I got a little bit on my chest, but mine was mainly on my back. Now that summer is finally, I think, properly arriving, my acne is clearing up just in time for like bathing suits and tank tops and stuff, because I know it's going to be a really hot one here in LA. And I was nervous about that. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be so pregnant and so sweaty and so covered up to try and hide all of this really bad acne that I have going on. So I think it's starting to clear up. I do have a lot of scarring left from it on my back, but whatever, that's fine. You know, I'm sure once I'm not pregnant anymore, I can figure out products that will help me deal with all of the scars and all of that kind of stuff. So no big deal. I'm just happy that the acne is starting to go. But I know that some people have it throughout their entire pregnancy. So yeah, it's different for everybody. Another one that I've had is the pregnancy mask. That came about probably about a month and a half ago. My husband just looked at me one day and he was like, why are there brown splotches all over your face? Like, do you have makeup on? I was like, no, I don't. It just all over my nose and really like oddly shaped and smack in the middle of my forehead, and then a little bit on my cheeks. I've gotten really bad melasma, which they call pregnancy mask. It just happens from being in the sun. I wear SPF 50 on my face every single day because I'm scared of wrinkles and all that kind of sun damage. So I do wear really strong sunscreen on my face every day, but I live in Los Angeles. Being in the sun is kind of unavoidable, and the pregnancy mask has found its way to my face through my sunscreen. So that's all right. I've heard that that goes away too. I hear it goes away sometimes, you know, a year after giving birth or something like that. You can put makeup on that helps cover it quite a bit. I don't know. I'm like gonna get close. I think the flattering light is so bright that you cannot really tell how much I've got going on under this foundation, but it's bad. Hopefully not permanent. I'll find a way to deal with it, you know, after the pregnancy's over. So that's okay. What other fun pregnancy symptoms have I had? I think those are like the main issues that I've had. One of the really fun symptoms, I don't know if you call it a symptom, but is this situation. This is, you know, just crazy, happening day by day. As my bump grows, my boobs seem to grow too, which is fun. I've always been flat-chested and really liked that, to be totally honest. I'm quite comfortable with my body, but fun to switch it up for a moment. I'm curious to see like what the deal is post-nursing and all of that. I don't know if any of you out there have had babies nursed and what the deal is after, but let me know, because I want to brace myself and prepare myself. Again, these are just the types of things that I feel like nobody like really talks about. Everyone wants, you know, to just glow while they're pregnant and be so super ecstatic and happy, which obviously you are, but it's like your body is going through some crazy changes, man, and it is a lot to process. So if we just talked about it all more honestly with each other, then maybe, you know, we would feel a little bit more normal as these like bizarre things are happening to us. I think, you know, you always kind of wonder what you'll look like as a pregnant woman when you're younger. Like, what will that be like? What will that experience be like? And you have no concept, and then it's happening and your body is just doing it for you. Like, on command, nature, it's a miracle. It still blows my mind. What our bodies are prepared and equipped to do. My body knows to, organs, move aside, make room, uterus, grow, move up now, like baby is there, and she's growing and she's so healthy thus far. I'm like, knock on every piece of wood. We've been so fortunate. I'm so grateful. I know how lucky and how blessed we are that we have had a fairly smooth journey thus far. The one kind of thing that I need to remind myself is to rest and relax, because I can't work. It's been very frustrating for me, and so I've kind of dedicated myself to keeping fit and healthy and creating as best a vessel as possible for my little girl throughout this experience. And the endorphins are really positive for me and my moods and all of that kind of stuff. So I've been trying to stay as fit as possible, but in the process I haven't been, I guess, hydrating as much as I should have been. So not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago, one afternoon, it was on a gray, chilly day, and I went for a hike. I'd been hiking a lot, no big deal, all is going well and good. But because it was gray and because it was kind of chilly, I had a sweater on. I wasn't feeling hot, so I think I just wasn't drinking water as much as I should be. Obviously, you should drink, whatever they say, like 8 glasses of water a day. You should be drinking way more than that, like twice as much as that if you're pregnant. I didn't even know that. I assumed, okay, maybe a little bit more, but it really just didn't even cross my mind because I'd been feeling so good. And all of a sudden I just started getting like weird pain in my stomach. But round ligament pain, that happens. Round ligament pain is like when your uterus is stretching, the ligaments are stretching around it to make room. So I'd had a little bit of that, didn't think anything weird about it. And then as the night kind of progressed, I was like, this is getting worse. Like, I feel like we need to go to the doctor just to make sure everything's okay. By the time I got in the car, I was having like waves of really severe stomach pain. I can't really explain the pain. It was kind of like cramping, kind of like stretching, I don't know. It was just so bad that I really couldn't talk. I had to just breathe through it and then I would be fine. And my husband was looking at me like, okay, I think these are contractions, because that's how contractions come, right? Like they come in waves. Like, we don't know, and that made me a little bit more concerned, but I was like, no, she's fine. She's in there. Like, she's all good. I'm just going to stay calm. I ended up getting into the hospital. They hooked me up. I was having contractions. Baby was totally fine, not minding any of this happening. And I was starting to throw up. I was getting really sick. It was just like, what is going on with me? Because I feel fine. I don't even feel nauseous, and yet I'm throwing up. I don't feel thirsty, but my skin is like really, really dry. It was a very weird thing. They had me all hooked up, so I knew I was safe at that point, and it was all gonna be good. And they hooked me up to an IV, and like clockwork, that first IV bag just went down for rehydration. It went down, and I felt 100%, like no pain, no throwing up, no nauseousness, like nothing. They did a bunch of tests and blood work and all this stuff. I was totally fine, and so it turns out I was just dehydrated, and it kind of made me laugh because I remember like Lindsay Lohan, all of those like party girls from like the 2000s, like, oh, I got hospitalized for dehydration. You're like, sure, you got hospitalized for like, I don't know, alcohol poisoning or like something bad, not dehydration. Dehydration and exhaustion, those aren't real things. Turns out they are, kids. So yeah, it can happen. I've been like very on top of drinking water and staying hydrated ever since that. Basically, my doctor told me afterwards, the reason why I was having contractions had nothing to do with the baby. She was fine and in there, but when your brain is dehydrated, the same chemical that gets released from your brain, which is called oxytocin, that tells your brain, okay, I'm thirsty, drink something, it also can cause contractions. So that's what was happening. So yeah, pregnant mamas, or if you're not yet and you are planning on having kids or whatever, drink a lot of water. a lot of water. It's super important whether you're pregnant or not, but when you have, you know, two bodies to be taken care of, definitely make sure that you are staying super duper hydrated, and, you know, don't push yourself. Like, I think because I've been feeling so good in my second trimester compared to so bad in my first trimester, I was like, amazing, I'm just gonna work out and go here and go there and socialize and have people over and do all of this stuff. I think I was just acting as though I wasn't quite as pregnant as I was. So yeah, reminding myself like, okay, no, this is time to just take good care of myself and my baby, and make sure that I'm resting and relaxing. I'm not pushing myself too hard to, you know, hang out socially, to be out and about running errands, to be doing any kind of physical fitness. I need to just remember, you know, slow down, make sure I'm eating right, make sure I'm drinking lots and lots of water, and making sure I'm resting and giving myself the naps that I can have right now that when she's here I won't be able to. So stocking up on sleep while I can. I wish it worked that way. Like, can you like bank enough sleep hours that like not getting enough hours in the future won't affect you as much? Is that how it works? I don't know. I hope maybe. But yeah, so that's where I'm at, guys. Week 24, feeling good. Today marks the finale, the Canadian finale of my show, The Detail. Sadly, it is the series finale and not just the season finale. But again, c'est la vie, everything happens for a reason, and I'm just feeling very positive, very grateful, and very curious to hear how this video is received by all of you. So make sure, if you like it, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and I will make sure that I respond to as many of you as possible, because I really want to keep this open dialogue going with everyone out there. If you are expecting as well, congratulations. If you just had a baby, super duper congratulations. You know, if you've got a baby already, those are the women that I definitely want advice and opinions from, because you've been through it all and you can warn me of like what to expect next. I will probably be posting another update video. I don't know when. Should I do it in a week, in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks? I really don't know. You let me know what you want to hear from me next, and I will see you in the next video.